Hi, beautiful queens. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kismet Boating. I am a licensed therapist and a purpose coach, and my mission in life is to help other women use their pain to discover their purpose and eventually prosperity. I'm excited that you are here today. I want to share my journey with you. It's been a long journey, and I felt led to share my story with someone, and I do pray that this will encourage somebody. So 4 years ago, I struggled with postpartum depression. And for most of you who don't know, postpartum depression is a clinical diagnosis marked by despair, crying, sadness, anything that you feel, all the emotions that you feel immediately after childbirth. And for me, as a therapist, I have been able to experience other women going through this, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, what is going on, and why am I always sad? This is supposed to be the happiest time of my life. So I took to doing a lot of research. I took to doing a lot of praying, and discovered that a lot of women will actually go through this in their lifetime. First baby, second baby, third child, fourth child. There are women who actually never recover from postpartum depression. So let me tell y'all how it all started. So my husband and I were expecting our bundle of joy. We had prepped, we were ready. I felt like everything was set for the baby to come. And on that fateful night, I decided to go to Bob's Furniture and pick out my last piece of furniture that I needed for the baby's room. And most of y'all understand the nesting is the time period where you get ready to have your baby and you just want to prep everything set. So of course my husband was at home, and I decided, all right, well, let me go and pick up this furniture. When I got home, he was at home. So I decided, let me carry this upstairs, up 6 flights of stairs, okay? I know, okay. So as soon as I put it there, I finally set her piggy bank on and everything was perfect, and my water broke. I was like, oh my God. I called my doctor, called my husband, rushed to the hospital, and everything was fine. They triaged me, got me inside, and the birth began. The birth story began. 22 hours of labor, y'all. It was not a joke. Listen, my first child, yeah, that was an experience. And then after all said and done, they leave this child with me. And a whole day went by, and this baby wasn't fed. And I was like, wait a minute, who's about to feed this child? Because I don't even know what I'm doing with this kid. Whose kid is this? And why is she here? And why am I here with her by myself? So eventually a nurse came in the next day, and I questioned her. They seemed puzzled because I was asking who's going to really feed this baby. So they finally came in, called a lactation consultant, because y'all, I knew there was no milk there. So how was I gonna feed this child? But that was just a whirlwind of different emotions that I felt, and how unprepared I was as a new mom, and how, unbeknownst to me, the things that were going to come up for me that I hadn't even thought about. Breastfeeding, oh my God, was a struggle. I mean, they expected me to feed this baby with sore nipples. I didn't even understand what I was doing. So this set me in bouts of sadness. I was crying every single day because I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and I felt like I couldn't take care of this baby. Everybody else thought I had it. I was okay. Everybody else assumed that I was going to be able to handle it. I was going to be a good mom. But deep down within me, I just felt like I can't do this. This is too hard for me to do. So whenever I was left alone with this baby, I'm sure she was probably drowned in my tears and didn't even know where she had landed. And so eventually I sought help. Eventually I went to different lactation consultants. I listened to other podcasts. I reached out to other women that had already walked this path. And I began to realize that there was uncharted territories when it came to postpartum depression. As a general therapist, depression is pretty widely known, but a lot of women don't really discuss or don't really talk about their journeys after they've had a child. They're much rather suffer it alone because, just like me, you're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of feeling like you're incompetent. You're afraid of feeling like you let this newborn down, whether you plan for it or not. But for me, this was a time for me to actually discover a path that a lot of women don't really get to talk about. And there's not really a lot of resources, in my opinion, because when I was looking, there was nothing readily available for me to say, this is what happens after. I would go to the doctor and they would always, do that stupid test, but I was always afraid to admit. So how on earth was I going to tell a doctor? Because I was afraid of losing my baby. I was afraid of them diagnosing me with whatever. And when you come from the world of therapy, you understand the labels are like the biggest thing. Most insurance companies will ensure that you get labeled in order for them to cover your care. So it was a very uncharted territory. It was a very dark water for me. It was very uncharted. Nobody really understood what I was going through, and I couldn't really speak out about it. But I do understand now, looking back, that a lot of women, I've been able to assist a lot of my friends, a lot of family, a lot of clients who've been dealing with this process, just to normalize the thought, just to be able to normalize this journey and know that you're not alone, that you have a community of women who feel exactly, if not worse, the way that you're feeling, and that it's okay for you to acknowledge it when it happens. And even for the women that have not yet embarked on childbirth or on that journey, it's important for you to understand that this is not a joke. This is not a joke. It's hard. Being a mother is difficult, but God chose you to be the custodian of this bundle of joy, and it was because he knew that you could handle it. So I just want to encourage somebody today with my story. I pray that you, if you're out there listening to me and you're going through postpartum depression, you can reach out to myself, you could reach out to communities around you, you could reach out to your family members, and know that it's okay for you to feel the way that you're feeling and get help. All right, y'all, have a wonderful day. All right, camera rolling. Oh, we're shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hang on.
It's rolling.
Hi, everybody. My name is. Should I even do that?
You said hi.
Just keep looking in here. Okay. When I'm thinking, I look away. So. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. I feel like it was going.